Hello. Today we're working on a 2008 Chrysler Town & Country. Let's take a look at it. And you'll want to watch for the video on this one. The video on this one is going to kind of introduce something that I've kind of kept quiet, but I had reason to. Because frankly, I don't want to put up with the drama, if that makes any sense. Anyway, hello, Humberto. It's not in bad shape. It's actually pretty clean. And I thought what I would do is go ahead and, do something. But this one has got like a smell to it. I don't know how to explain it. There's a smell to this one. It's not the pleasant kind. Hang on, let's go around. I don't know if we can get some of that, but we'll see. But this unpleasant scent, I want to get that under control. This is actually very clean. Yeah, I'm going to pull these out. They're not that clean. That's that vinyl. Anyway, I want to use some smells. Could be of something spilled, like a little bit of milk or juice. Oh yeah. I just got to find it. And I'm not quite sure where it would be. Like, this would tell me that that might be something. You see it? I also have, and these are hard to see unless I put the camera on them. I was doing that a little bit ago and I went, look at there. Anyway, if you look at that with the naked eye, you can't see it. It's gray as possible, right along with the rest of the carpet. So I want to see if I can't get some of that out of there, because the smell is definitely something I want to try to tackle. Yeah, I don't have a UV light. I'm not sophisticated like some people. I don't even have an ozone machine. I have a place I can borrow one if I need it, and I plan ahead. Is what I do. Look at that. This thing looks actually pretty clean. So anyway, this video you guys will want to watch for, because like I said, can I make a suggestion? Sure, go ahead. Go for it. Also a matter of changing that cabin filter too. Yeah, it's Carlock car. That's on them. That would be on them. Okay, where'd the comments go? Silverado, make your suggestion. I'm here. I listen to everything. Sometimes I can't because I don't have the products or whatever. It's humid. Check out Superior products. They are insanely good and cheap. The Zap will help with your carpets. Oh, hey, speaking of, hang on a sec. Let me turn this light on. That way I can hang this thing back up. Okay. So the other day I did a Tahoe. And my son-in-law gave me this. He said he really liked it in his pickup. He drives a really old pickup truck, a Chevy pickup. And so I thought, you know what, I'm going to give that a try. But then I went to O'Reilly's the other day. Hang on. I don't know what this is going to do. I don't know much about it. It's non-acid. And it says it's formerly known as Rage. Ain't that something? And so when you said the Superior products, I am starting to get there. The only thing is, I have to get through the stuff that is insanely good for wheels, tires, and bug removal. Bug removal. Huh. I did not know that. But I like that thought because that is something that I have to deal with on a regular basis. I will tell you that. Hang on a second. Let me put you guys up here. So, I wanted to try it, and the reason why is because it looks like it's affordable. That's pretty good stuff. Yeah, no, I do not have BioBomb, Humberto. I have those from Superior Products because they don't deliver to, uses a lot of, okay. All right, let me see. I use a lot of Superior products in my business, and it's so cost effective. Jamie the cleaner, no, not Jamie the cleaner, Jamie's detailing. He uses a lot of Superior products, and he's been, or maybe it's Suds Lab, anyway. The Superior products seem to be doing really well for him. And so I do want to at least give him a try and see if, because in dealership detailing, cost is everything. Cost and affordability and then time management. That's everything. So I have to watch all of that. And right now, Jamie is great for getting proper dilutions. Love that man. Yeah, he's a good guy. I really like him. I got a hair. Anyway. Oh, hi, Curly. I've got a hair on me. So I want to try these different products. I want to see how they are with affordability, things like that. So, eventually I'll get to it. But I want to try this coverall on these wheels because these wheels are trash. And you mentioned on having trouble with exterior. Road Warrior and Dirt Buster will make your wash nearly touchless for your back. Road Warrior and Dirt Buster. Meaning on the paint and all that. The problem is that thing was so big. That was the biggest problem. It was huge. That pickup truck is huge. It was a Dodge Ram 2500, and I would say that pickup truck was even bigger than a F-250. I've never done an F350, but I've done two F250s, and I've done the F150s. But man, that pickup was massive. Seriously massive. 1 gallon Dark Fury and made 5 gallons. 5 gallons, wow. Well, yes, you wash your wash process. Try out the Dark Fury on those wheels. You'll be amazed. I'm going to make a video on it. I'm going to do the video on the minivan. I'm going to get started with that here in just a few. And, you know, the interior is not going to take that long. You saw it. It's pretty clean. Then I need to do a rinseless. And this paint, let me show you this paint. And this minivan, it is not in bad shape. This is actually a really good paint job. But, you know, it needs washed, and it's got bird bombs. Can you use it on aluminum wheels? Easily available in USA Superior products. Now, this has some, see that? Clear coat failure. But as far as the body, the main portion, it's not that bad. So this is going to be a quick rinseless wash, and then I'll get the mitt on the stick out and do the top real quick. But this one is not as bad, but it's pretty bad. It's looking rough, and I don't even know if that's rust. Now this one looks good. Look at that. That ought to clean up really well. Yeah, I'm going to have to go and see what those Superior but I've watched so many videos. I do look forward to hearing and seeing your results with Superior product if you like them a lot. I've been wanting to try them. Look at her. She's always got to be laying in that dirt. She's a mess. Hello, Mr. David. Yeah, see, this one is pretty clean. It's the two front ones. I think this will clean up pretty well. But these two front ones, and it's front wheel drive, obviously, that's going to make the difference. I learned that the other day. Because, you know, I'm such a girl. I had no idea. Really bad. I'm gonna have to get some of that steel wool because of my pickup. Curly, if you remember, only one auto parts store in my area carries the line. You can also get it on Amazon. I did find it on Amazon, and somebody told me to download the O'Reilly's app, and you can order it through the app, and they will send it to the store for you to pick up. So, you know, maybe that's an option. I don't know. But anyway, my store has all the products. I went over there because they had a sale on their towels. And so I bought some more towels. What was I saying? Oh, Curly, if you remember my exhaust pipes, you know how bad they are? You know, and they're rotted out on the bottom. But I would like to at least kind of do something with them. Water on wheels. Jesus, it's getting bad when you're old. It's bad when you're old. It's still 10 to 1 down to 15 to 1. Anyway, yeah, I do want to try it. I have been watching videos on the line itself. Mo Nation uses it also. I think it's the finest. Yeah, I'm going to have to do that. I want to do that on my pickup. But anyway, so I'm going to do the minivan video. And then on the wheels, I'm going to save that. I got everything the next day. because we don't have that store free shipping on anything $35. Hey, there you go. That's a good thing. And O'Reilly's, I'll tell you what, just from a automotive standpoint, as a dealership, AutoZone has become a huge pain in the butt. Their people are clueless. They're not training them, and like they used to. They used to invest in training, and nowadays they're just throwing them behind the counter, and they have no idea what you're talking about. For example, the lid to my steamer, the O-ring on that cap, they wear out. And I had gone to AutoZone probably a year ago and got a little package of O-rings, and then those two, because you only get two that actually fit. They ran out, or they burned up and broke. And so what I need is the petroleum safe or the heat resistant ones. Okay, you can't just put one of the black O-rings on there. So what I did was I went back to AutoZone not even a month ago. O'Reilly also carries the brushes. I did get my brush from O'Reilly's. AutoZone was Western Auto, and at least in pure experience is way better than in the States. I would believe it. Anyway, so a month ago or so, my steamer, I lost that O-ring, and my steamer wasn't working, and it was probably down for a good month, and a lot of that was partly me for not going over there and dealing with it, but my schedule gets so busy, and sometimes it can be overwhelming, especially when my dad will buy several cars, or he'll buy several cars, and that's what happened. We had back to school. He bought several cars at both auctions, and it was 2 weeks in a row, plus all of the cars at the mechanic that had been there for a little while. He decided he was going to get those done. So I had, in one day, 3 of them come back. Brings back some memories while I visited family in Puerto Rico. So, I went down to AutoZone, which is where I went last year. That girl looked at me and said, "What is an O-ring?" So, of course, the guy standing off to her side, he works there. He turns his head, and I looked at him and I said, "I gotta go." And he goes, "No, I can help you." And I said, "Nope, I gotta go." I said, "Let me tell you something. I don't know if you're a manager," I said, "but you guys need to start investing in your people. You must start investing in your people. And if you cannot hire an individual that does not know what an O-ring is, I don't want to part of it. If you're going to hire people like that, I don't want to part of it." So I drove down the street to the O'Reilly's, because here, O'Reilly's position themselves. And when they position themselves, they're like, bam, bam, less than a mile apart, okay? And so I went to O'Reilly's, and the guy says, "How you doing?" And see, my daughter used to work there. So they're pretty familiar with me, but AutoZone seemed to have the O-rings that I needed. And I've had a lot of situations where O'Reilly's didn't have it. So anyway, he said, "How you doing, Chris?" And I said, "Now's your chance to prove to me you're better than AutoZone." And he goes, "What do you need?" And so I told him. I showed him the cap. This is the size that I need. So whatever package you give me has got to have a couple of those sizes in it. And because I can blow through those O-rings about 2 a year. And he went and looked for them, and while he was doing that, I went over to the detailing aisle and was looking at all those Superior products. And that's when I got that bottle of coverall. But O'Reilly's, let me tell you, AutoZone, they have just really slacked on their training of their people. And I find that sad. I find that sad. Those are probably good employees who would come to work every day that would legit do their job. And if you can't take the time to train, and at least during the hiring process, ask your people, ask those people basic questions. How many times is somebody going to need O-ring? There's so many different things in the engine that's going to need an O-ring. I mean, come on. So it was just frustrating that day. But they just don't take the time with their people. And obviously I wasn't in the mood at that point either, so I admit that. But yeah, I want to switch over to those. I really like our dealership car claim. I really like your dealership car claim videos. Started in my life, and you learned so much. Well, thank you. Same as gaskets, exactly. Same as gaskets. My uncle's mechanics, and say even the part got cheaper with Everlast. You know, I'm not saying that dealership detailing is for everybody, but I am saying that if you're brand new to detailing, okay, and you need to learn to pick up the speed, you need to learn how to handle seats and carpets, you need to learn, you know, just the weird off things like that. Go get yourself into a dealership, at least temporarily. I still feel like that the first year you should be dealing. Phil showed me to buy O-rings from Amazon. I know, I want to get some. The only problem is Amazon kept taking me to the black ones, the black rubber ones, and those you can't, that's a one-time use for that. But anyway, working at a dealership is going to help you in that first year. And you're going to gain a lot of knowledge that you may not have had prior. It's also going to teach you which vehicles are easier to detail. For example, Ford and Chevy is a pretty easy vehicle to detail, no matter what it is. But a Nissan, you can get those seats cleaner than anything. How do you deal with extracting or shampooing dealer cars? Because you can't leave the windows down for them. Okay, I used to do the extraction. Now, here's where Ivan LaCroix comes into play. He was talking one day on a video that was older, okay? And that video was talking about how he uses dry extraction. He doesn't even use an extractor anymore. So I kind of tailored that. Once I saw what he was doing, I tailored that to my situation, because at a dealership, you cannot leave those windows down. So you have to make sure those seats are as dry as possible before you hand the keys back to them, because those windows are going up. And they're too busy to focus on finishing your job. All right, so, and I have to, you know, for example, my mom runs the office and she sells the cars. But she does not have time to go out there and roll the windows down for me, because I put too much fluid into those seats. So I did use an extractor the first 15, 16 months or so. And about 8 months ago, when I saw Ivan LaCroix talking about this method, it made all the difference in the world. I use whatever treatment I'm going to use on it, whether it be an APC or the Flex products or ZEP. Now I haven't used the Zap It by Superior, but that is next on my list. I do want to try that. I use the treatment, I brush it in, and then I use the steamer after it's sat for a little bit. Now I'm not opposed to using an APC on seats, especially ones that are really bad. And I'm not opposed to treating them with some Flex Citrus and then coming back with some APC, and usually the two together can break that stuff up. The one thing you need to remember when you're dealing with a dealership car, you want to get the cloth clean. You're not going to be able to get the foam clean. If they're really bad, you got to leave the foam alone. You have to get that in your mind. The foam is not my concern. Getting the cloth on top of that foam clean is your job. So once you've allowed your treatment to sit, then you come back with the steamer. And obviously you want to drill brush that product in and allow it to sit. But come back with the steamer, do your mopping, steam it again if you need to, mop it up, and then you use your shop vac. And you're introducing less fluid, you're getting a good result. And that's going to stop that wicking. That wicking is because of all the fluid. I struggled with that forever, I'm telling you. And I was so mad. I was always going home crying. I can't do this. About to get. And then one day, I was frustrated and I happened to see a video from Ivan LaCroix. I don't even remember if he said it on the DIY detail channel or if it was on one of the other channels. But when he said that, I'm like, oh, I gotta try this, and I switch backs. You won't see me use that extractor very often. Okay, Dodge is, I hate Dodge Journeys. Oh my God, Dodge Journeys, their fabric is a joke. Shout out to Carlos, the interior master. Yes. Hair dealers leave them outside to dry and use air movers or fans, and obviously because of our temperature they dry fast. When it rains they get under the roof with fans. Yes. So treatment sits, then we steam the top layer. Are we wrapping a microfiber around the steam? You can. You can. And what that will do is you'll pull more of that dirt out of there. If you're putting a microfiber towel around the steamer and you use the upholstery attachment. Me, I don't. I just use the brush that came with it, but I have a cheap steamer. I just have a cheap little steamer. But yeah, you can use a microfiber towel. It's going to bring some of that junk out of there ahead of time. So yeah, and you know, when you're mopping it up, you'll usually get a lot of that on your towel. Something we use, lots of, is the Meguiar's Carpet and Upholstery Cleaner, which is a dry foam PNS. See, and I do not like that Meguiar's Carpet and Upholstery Cleaner. I don't like it. My dad bought it because he thought maybe it would help with, because I struggled with the carpets and the seats really, really bad. I mean, it basically using the steamer doesn't put in as much liquid, thus preventing wicking. I'm like, yep, that's exactly what I'm saying. What's creating the wicking is all of this gunk is stuck inside there, okay? So when it's stuck and you go, for example, even if your seat in your car is clean and you have a used car, you bought a $3,000 car, okay? Yes, steamer is superb. If you bought a $3,000 car, all right, and you detailed it, but you know, or maybe you didn't detail it because you saw the detailer did a pretty good job. Go and dump a half a gallon of water, or even just a 16-ounce cup of water on your seat. It's going to bring the dirt up. The water is going to go into that cushion and it's going to start dispersing, and then it's going to come up. That's your wicking. So don't introduce it all. On my next cloth seat detail, I don't typically steam seats, but I'll try that. You're welcome, and you should. I tell you what, I steam seats more than anything now. All the fabric seats, I'll steam them before I use an extractor on it, because the extractor introduces too much fluid. And then I end up with all kinds of wicking. Now, the steamer can cause wicking too. It's just going to depend on how much gunk is in there. It's going to depend on, when was the last time it was detailed, how much is just accumulated. Um, say somebody has their morning coffee every morning and they've dumped a full cup of it twice before they had it detailed, you're going to get wicking out of that. After it's dry, or when it's starting to dry, depending on what is in the seat. Yes, they didn't let us play with steamers at Toyota. Toyota is the hardest vehicle to clean on the interior. They should have made sure you had everything. I'm telling you, Toyotas they get trashed. They're very difficult to clean. I know that. I'll tell you what, I pray. Now, my dad will not, he won't buy Toyotas for the car lot. But, you know, one of the other sellers might, and they may need it clean. I just pray every day I don't get a Toyota. But anyway, yeah, it depends on what's in the seat. Yeah, they're very hard to clean. They're very ridiculous. They'll give you a headache in a heartbeat. They totally will. That's where I learned how to do everything. Then I was a slave from zero pay and went off on my own. Nah, you know, there was a time I wasn't making any money doing this, even here. And then we kind of worked out, especially the impossible carpets. Oh, of course. So then we kind of worked out a deal, and it works out for me and my dad. There is one of the sellers over there I will not. You must not have ever had a hammered one. Because I'll tell you what, I've had a couple of them, and those boogers, their fabrics aren't coming clean. Their carpets aren't coming clean. In fact, let me tell you how we finally had to clean the carpet on one. We had purple power. We dumped it on that floorboard. It was so crusty and disgusting, and nothing I was doing was working. The seller, he was trying to figure it out. We just dumped purple power on there, used a brush, and broke up a lot of that stuff. And we were hoping that whatever was stuck underneath would loosen up after we let it sit for about 30 minutes. And then we took, we pulled back the threshold. I don't even know what you call it. It's the plastic. And dumped some more purple power in there. And then we took that shop vac and sucked all that crap out. And then we sucked all of that crap out of that carpeting. Because we're not spending all that time pulling seats and pulling that carpeting. And that was how we had to do it. We got it clean, it sold. But I'm telling you, it was the most amazing thing I had ever seen. And all you had to do was push down on it, and whatever was under there was coming up. And it was black as black could be. It was disgusting. But their carpets, they just don't like to come clean. They're impossible. They're ridiculous. Toyota makes, we were talking about it yesterday because I went to the auction with my dad. Toyota makes very well engineered vehicles under the hood. But inside, they're a joke. In my opinion, I pray every day I don't have a Toyota. And I hope to God my dad never takes one in as a trade. Because, wow. They're a chore. But anyway, well, I better get off here, guys. I got to get this minivan started. And then I'm gonna make a video on the minivan. And then I'm going to make a video on these wheels. I live near you. I would come work for you, Chris. For exteriors. Hey, that would be great. They make them durable. Those interiors are as facts. We were taught to remove seats, and we only learned extraction, which worked well, minus wicking issues. I tell you what, I wanted to find a different way to handle extracting because it was leaving such a mess. And I've had a couple of cars early on that had mildewy problems because I had to leave it so wet. And the only thing that I could do is even on my day off. Come up in the car, leave it as well as I could out in the elements, but it's only 80 degrees outside and it's not humid in the spring or the fall. It will almost take forever to dry. So I needed to find an alternative, and now you can see it in my videos. Not long ago I had one video where, and even in that disgusting one, the hell was that? Escalade with the carpets. There was so much crap underneath those carpets. It was a mess. Did I have lunch? Yes. I had to. I gotta have lunch before I come here. Otherwise. Extracting is causing me less efficiency in my details, so now I'm gonna try Zap It and the steamer and see how it goes. Make sure you can use that. Zap It with the steamer. You can use Zep with steamer, or a steamer with the Zep. You can use it with Flex. I don't care for that McGuire's, but some people have good luck with them. I think that's why, maybe that's why the detailing community has so many products in it. You've got this person who likes P&S and this person who likes, have you tried Flex, Silverado? Have you tried the Flex products? Me now? Am I having more fun? Is that what you mean, Humberto? If you're talking to me, yeah, I do. I have a lot more fun now detailing. I want to try Flex, but it's so pricey. It's not worth the cost. If you pay for the shipping, I'll send you some. I have those big containers. If you pay for the shipping, Silverado, I'll send you some so you can work with it a little bit. Carlos would not have a problem with me sharing some of that with you. Not at all. He would want me to pay that forward a little bit, but if you'll pay the shipping, I'll send you some. You let me know. You know how to find me. So, anyway, guys, I'm going to get busy and get this started. That way I can get her done. And then I'm going to do another video on these wheels and try that cover off. You will be hooked with Flex. You will. I like the Flex. And I'll even use it on the dealership details at times. Do you have a video showing results using Flex? Yeah, I do. Trying to think what's the name of it. Oh my God, Humberto. It was the one where I was explaining if I use an extractor on that, it's gonna be wicking for a month. Also Carlos Serrano has them too. Yeah, thanks Rick, thank you, have a good day. Anyway, yeah, Silverado, if you want it, I'm gonna go find it. Okay, it says, I don't even remember what the thumbnail says, but you'll see on the thumbnail my face, you know, this, and then you'll see this disgusting seat. I used Flex on it. I tried to use APC, it didn't work out. But anyway, I used Flex on it and the steamer and the dry extraction, and it worked out really good. They looked really good. But anyway, I got to get off here and get busy, guys. I hope you all have a wonderful day. And Silverado, I mean it. If you pay for the shipping, I will send you some. That way you can use it and give it a try. See you guys later. Have a wonderful day.